This is Radio Nepal. I'm Kaushal Khemire with the news, the headlines first. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal calls on universities to pay special attention to production of highly competent human resources able to compete in international level. Government to organize Third Investment Summit on coming 21st and 22nd of April. Nepal-UK Friendship Treaty 1923 commemorated. And 14 Israeli hostages and 3 foreign nationals released by Hamas. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda has called on universities to pay special attention to production of highly competent human resources able to compete in international level. Addressing the 37th Senate meeting of Purbanchal University from Balwatar yesterday, Prime Minister Dahal stressed the need for expanding universities to the community level for searching for alternative resources to fulfill the needs of the 21st century. He pledged the government's support for resolving problems seen in the implementation of the policy and program brought by the university. The Prime Minister advised all universities in the country to further expand the scope of study and research in view of the changing context. He further called on universities to accord top priority to sustainable development, environment conservation, in-depth research and innovation in their curricula, and to ensure practical, applicable and quality education. The government has announced to organize the Third Investment Summit on coming 21st and 22nd of April in Kathmandu. According to Finance Minister Dr. Prakash Charan Mahat, preparations are going on to hold the summit. Talking to journalists after a meeting of the summit's steering committee, the Finance Minister said the summit aimed not only to attract foreign investment but also to encourage the mobilization of domestic investment and investment from non-resident Nepali community. He added that the Nepali embassies abroad would be mobilized for facilitating the hosting of the summit. An implementation committee led by the Chief Secretary and a technical committee led by the Secretary at the Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Supplies have been formed in preparation for the summit. The summit's secretariat will be located at the office of the Investment Board. During the meeting, the Finance Minister directed the concerned authorities to make preparations for identifying the projects of showcase to be highlighted during the summit. The centenary of the Nepal-United Kingdom Friendship Treaty of 1923 was commemorated yesterday. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs organized a special program to commemorate the 100 years of Nepal-United Kingdom Friendship Treaty of 1923 at Hanuman Dhoka Darbar Square, Kathmandu. Minister for Foreign Affairs, Narayan Prakash Sao, delivered his remarks highlighting the significance of the treaty and its contribution to the bilateral relations between Nepal and the United Kingdom. On the occasion, the British ambassador to Nepal, Rob Fenn, also spoke on the importance of the treaty in bilateral relations. Keynote speaker, historian Professor Dr. Triratna Manandar delved into a comprehensive discourse on the treaty and highlighted the context and sequences of the agreement. A collection of rare photographs and documents related to the 1923 treaty were also displayed during the program. Similarly, a Nepal Army band made a musical performance of Nyauli Baja. The event was attended by parliamentarians, ambassadors, diplomats, chief of security bodies, former foreign secretaries, former ambassadors and representatives from the media, among others. President Ramchandra Paudel has extended best wishes to the Nepali Sikh community on the occasion of Guru Nanak Jayanti today. Finance Minister Dr. Mahat has pledged to allocate budget for women's empowerment and enhancement of their rights, inaugurating 16 days of activism against gender-based violence at the National Women's Commission yesterday. The Finance Minister said the government had prioritized the empowerment of women. He stated that a democratic system was must for protection and implementation of citizen rights. On the occasion, National Women Commission Chair Kamala Kumari Parajuli said, though women had achieved political rights constitutionally, the effective implementation was still lacking. The Parliamentary Hearing Committee has approved the name of Bharat Raj Paudel as the Nepali ambassador to Canada. Yesterday's meeting of the committee unanimously approved the name of the proposed ambassador Paudel after a hearing. Presenting his action plan during the hearing, the proposed ambassador Paudel emphasized on strengthening bilateral relations and expanding economic cooperation between Nepal and Canada. He also pledged to implement the existing agreements between Nepal and Canada and take initiation of new agreements in major areas including trade, investment, technology transfer, development assistance, tourism promotion and climate finance. Health and Population Minister Mohan Bahadur Basnet has stressed the need for collaborating with neighbouring countries, India and China, to gain achievements in the Ayurveda field. Inaugurating the International Ayurveda Conference and Arogya exhibition yesterday, the Health Minister said partnership between India and China was crucial for promoting Ayurveda, as Nepal had abundant potential in the area. Minister Basnet added that although Nepal was a golden land for Ayurveda treatment system, the country has not been able to materialize the opportunity. The Health Minister stated that the production and export of herbs can become a strong source of economic gain for the country. You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. Now on to an international update. 14 Israeli hostages and 3 foreign nationals have been released by Hamas. Among those freed is 4-year-old Abigail Idan, who has dual Israeli and U.S. nationality. In exchange, Israel has released 39 Palestinian prisoners. Hamas says it is seeking to extend the current 4-day truce with Israel and increase the number of hostages released. Gazans have been using the pause in fighting to get desperately needed supplies of fuel, food and medicine. Hamas's attacks on 7 October killed 1,200 people with about 240 taken hostage. Now, the general weather forecast for the country for today, according to the Meteorological Forecasting Division. The weather will be partly to generally cloudy in the hilly regions of Gandaki Province, Karnali Province and Sudur Pachim Province. It will be partly cloudy in hilly regions of Kosi Province, Bagmati Province and Lumbini Province, and partly cloudy to mainly fair in the rest of the country. There are also chances of light snowfall at 1 or 2 places of the high hilly and mountainous region of the country. With this, we have almost come to the end of this news bulletin. But before wrapping up, let's have a reminder of the headlines once again. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda calls on universities to pay special attention to production of highly competent human resources able to compete in international level. Government to organize 3rd Investment Summit on coming 21st and 22nd of April. Nepal-United Kingdom Friendship Treaty 1923 commemorated. And 14 Israeli hostages and 3 foreign nationals released by Hamas. Well, that's all the news we have for this bulletin. Our next bulletin in English will be at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website www.onlineradionepal.gov.np. Keep listening to Radio Nepal and have a good day.